Hello, everybody. We are here together with a new venture called The Block for Reality Pop, where we are going to be talking about all things Big Brother. And so where we're going to start on The Block is with Big Brother Canada Season 9. We're going to do the giraffe picks today. We're going to talk about the cast and maybe about our excitement about what is going to be going on moving forward this season of Big Brother Canada 9. So with me today, I have my three other co-hosts that are going to be the regulars for The Block. They're going to be on The Block with me each week. On Monday nights, we're going to be going live after the episode with Nick Rovers. He's down over there. Hi, Nick. How are you?
I am so good. How are you doing?
Not too bad. How are you feeling about the new season of Big Brother starting?
Oh, it's a long-awaited light for a very dark year is what I keep telling people. Because it's just like when Big Brother's on, I'm happy and I'm engaged and we get to do this kind of thing. So it's awesome. Yeah.
Big Brother. And so Wednesday night, my co-host is going to be Mr. Jonathan Oliveira. How are you, Jonathan?
I'm good. I'm excited that this is finally happening. So
I actually thought it was going to be way later. I thought that they were going to be like maybe at the end of March or maybe even into April. I didn't think it was going to be on regular scheduling. So I'm really happy to have Big Brother back so I can hang with all my Big Brother buddies. Yay. And then we have Jojo, who will most likely be doing Thursdays with us on the Jojo.
What?
How are you?
Oh, alive. I'm actually in the middle of a snowstorm. You can't tell because we're getting reflection instead. Mm-hmm. But everything covered up, layered, love and live.
Well, how are you feeling about Big Brother starting?
Oh, I'm so excited. Give it to me.
Amazing. So, okay, now that we've got our introductions out of the way, Jojo, I feel like with we also work together on Realnesss, which is my YouTube channel, and we do a lot of different draft picks and whatnot for other reality TV shows. So I feel as though you, Jojo, have had the best track record in most recent draft picks.
Yes.
So I felt that it would be best for you to be the one that will choose the order for us to make our draft picks of this season.
Okay, all right. We're going to play a quick game.
Okay.
I'm going to put both my hands behind my back, and I'm going to remove some of the fingers, and whoever is closest gets to go first. I don't know how we're going to do this math. We're going to have to probably work it out together, but...
Where's the math?
Oh, because in case you don't get the actual number right.
Okay.
I have a graph calculator if I need it.
Okay, we're good.
So how about everybody put our hands up and what the number is on the count?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I got
that is an 8.
So I'm going first.
last.
I go second.
Dead last. That's okay.
No, I'm last. You're third. You take third.
Okay. I mean, last.
You take last.
So we're going to be doing a draft pick. So it'll be me, Nick, Jonathan, Jojo, Jonathan, Nick, me. Back and forth. Now, there's only 14 house guests that we know of right now. I'm
Peculiar.
16. So I'm thinking to put in 2 wild card potentially. So that would be, I'm assuming, a male and a female wild card. And that could be somebody that you are able to choose as well as part of this draft. So if we get down near the end and you're like, ooh, I don't necessarily want anybody on my draft that's left, you can risk it and take maybe the male or female whomever is left at that point as part of your draft. So that is an option. Is everybody clear with the rules?
Sounds
Can
good.
we invent backstories for them if we do draft said person?
That will help you make the decision. Like what stereotype are we missing?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it might be a returner, like a returnee from another season. I don't know.
Probably Carol or
Kyle.
Or Kyle for sure.
So we have Joseph Doza here. Hi, Joseph. So thank God Chantele and her crew waited until after Thursday to do their cast assessment. Yes, we did. I was watching 2 other preview shows back to back when the Ethan stuff happened. So what Joseph is talking about is the fact that one house guest named Ethan, he was announced as being part of the cast, and with Twitter and Reddit, they found out that he may have said some definitely offside things, maybe some racial slurs, as well as potentially been aggressive towards women or whatnot. So I'm not sure of all the details, but he has already been removed from, I guess would be the house, or from if they were still in sequester, and he has been replaced with Kyle. So our list as of right now should be accurate unless Twitter finds something else about somebody and ejects the house before it even starts. So, all right. I think what I have to do is, because I know somebody, 2 degrees of separation in this house. So my brother's girlfriend, also like the mother of my niece and nephew, her brother used to date Latoya. So he loves Latoya. She thinks, like my brother's girlfriend thinks that she's great, likes her better than his current girlfriend. And so I do want to root for somebody that is close to home, that I might get some, insider tea about potentially. I might even have my brother's girlfriend come on and talk, maybe if she's head of household or something like that, maybe even her ex, who knows? So I thought that it would be nice to root for her. I think that she's an awesome pick because she's a cop, but she doesn't look like a cop when she's not in uniform. She doesn't plan on leading with that in the house. She wants to, she's also a fashion designer, so she's been making body conscious swimwear, and she's even walked in New York Fashion Week. So I feel like her going in likable as a fashion designer, and she's someone that I can root for because she's kind of family, like close to family.
Basically family.
That's my first pick. That's my pick.
What do you guys think?
Good pick.
I think that's a great pick. Definitely, Latoya was on my short list, so good snag. My pick, also similar story. One of my friends is currently soon maybe to be sister-in-law with. So his brother is dating Victoria and has been rooting for me to back her and vote for her on the twist. I forget what it is, the Destiny or Defender or something. And just saying how awesome she is. And I asked some qualifying questions and that's great. But I'm like, okay, what's her strategy like? Is she a super fan? Apparently she's been applying since season 1. She has already her strategy laid down. She's not she's not looking for showmances. She's super focused and she's in it to win it. So while her whole intro video was like, I'm a party girl and it's 5 o'clock, I want to drink wine. I'm like, that's great to make people not think about you. But as long as going in, she's trained for this. So I just think she's gonna do great. So Victoria's my pick.
I like about her, she does seem fun. She's from Hamilton. She's 27. She's a youth advocate, but she said that she grew up in the foster and welfare system, and that's where she lives now. And so I like the fact that, she's kind of giving back to people that have had similar experiences growing up as she has. I think that's great. I think that shows that she's going to probably be able to get along with strangers or people that she doesn't know, or live in group settings and maybe be uncomfortable, but be comfortable in the discomfort. So I think that she's definitely great. She considers herself to be a hero, and she's a Virgo. So, I think it's a good pick. You guys have any other?
I'll be honest, the Virgo thing was my top deciding factor.
There's a lot of Virgos in this house, actually. I wouldn't do well with these people.
I just feel like she's very aware of who she is, and I think that that's something good going into the game because she'll put her best foot forward and make people get to know the real her, and that's how you make real connections that carry you far. So
one question that they were asking all the house guests in their bios is, would you prefer no sleep or no food? So I'm curious as to what you guys think. Jojo, no sleep or no food?
No food.
No food.
No sleep.
No
for
sleep.
Me. Yeah.
Nick's terrible without sleep. So
I'm cranky without sleep, and I typically live on not much anyway. So yeah, getting less than what I get. Game over. No.
Oh, this is a good question. Hi, Natalie. How are you? So, what do you think of the Big Brother versus Canada boxing announcement? Did you?
I've heard of this. I watched Kevin's story, Kevin Robert Martin, and he's like, apparently he's like broadcasting it or he's doing like an announcer or something. And he's like, this is real. Like he even said, he's like, this is real. I'm not crazy enough to do this, but this is real and like hype it up kind of thing. So I'm going to watch, of course, if I can.
Definitely going to watch. I hope that Canada can take him down, but I don't know. Fessie's pretty big. Have you seen that, Jonathan?
I have seen it, and it's very reminiscent of like stuff I feel they've done on TV like 15, 20 years ago. Maybe not with reality people, but and it's always kind of like a hot mess. So I'm looking forward to it.
Like Tanya Harding was like fighting, boxing with someone. Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, they did used to do that, like a battle of reality stars. You know, I think like Dina Lohan was in there once or something. You know, like, yeah. I'm interested.
Dina.
I think it was her. I could be making it up as well. Okay, so Latoya's gone. Victoria's gone. Who are you taking, Jonathan, for your first pick?
Well, you both. So Latoya was in my top 3. Thanks a lot. And I actually think I was going to pick Latoya first. Victoria, though, is not on my list to pick. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that right now. But you all have stories. I actually grew up next door with nobody. So I'm just going to go and pick Rohan because I felt like he had the just, you know, not too much of a showman, like someone who probably has their head on their shoulders and who can probably get far without kind of getting involved in too much drama or anything like that. So Rohan's my pick.
Very interesting pick. I don't know if he was up near the top for me. He labels himself to be a villain, which I'm always worried about people that decide that they're going to be a villain. He says that he tells the truth 25% of the time, which worries me a little bit. He's single.
Just like Jonathan.
Listen, when we're in a game, don't trust me for anything. But having said that, I think, you know, when someone writes down on their profile what they want to be and who they are, it often changes greatly when they get into the house. And I was just kind of going off of energy and really kind of seeing his demeanor. And I thought it's someone who has it together and who could probably make the right choices to get far in the game. So I hope he can adapt.
Hope so. He labels himself to be the puppet master, and I'm always just worried about those that have decided that that's the role that they're going to be. He's from Toronto. He's a strategic partnership manager, so he does influence people to, I don't know, work for his company or work within his company. So I guess he might have puppet master skills. He's a Pisces. I don't know how. He might be malleable.
I think there's nothing wrong with like saying that you're going to be confident, that you're going to be calculated. He obviously has a plan going in. Things don't necessarily have to go that way, but he's thinking about what he's going to be doing. And I like that.
I'll give that to him.
I agree. I also didn't really get that he was maybe a huge fan of the game, and it sounds like he just wants to kind of like go in and mess things up. And he said something like, I create drama or something 24/7. I was like, that's impossible because you are asleep sometimes. But he said like how he made this like 24/7 claim that he was going to do something, and I was just like, it sounds like you're going in with like too much of a goal as opposed to just like winning and maybe strategizing. So he was on my do not pick list.
I feel like he's going to change a lot. Watch, he's going to calm down, settle in, and go far.
Yeah, and he might change when he's watching the show from home after the first or second week.
I think he'll need to play safe the first week, and then if he makes it past the first week, I think he'll do well. I do.
I think he's going to be humbled. I feel like it seems just from his his video that he might be a first week nom, but he might be able to stay. So I wouldn't be surprised about that. Joseph has some more tea for us, which is hilarious. Joseph says Ryan Valentine of BB Can 6 and Nick Rovers of BB US 15 and Kevin Martin of BB can. 5 will be the hosts and commentators, LOL. Yes,
gotcha.
We know this. We all know Ryan quite well. We were just playing, well, half of us were playing a online Big Brother game with him. And I don't think that he wants to speak to any of us anymore.
It speaks to me. I
said around half of us, or 75% of us. I don't think he's.
Listen, I'm good with Ryan, I think. But if he's commentating on it, it's like going to be a 20-hour show or something like that.
Good luck.
Stop. Good luck with editing.
He's going to know the winners for sure before the fight.
Maybe.
Kidding. Okay. And now Jojo with 2.
My first choice is going to be Beth.
Yeah.
I think Beth is a small town girl who has gotten used to the city life. She can manage both. She wants a ride or die the first day. I think she can find one. I think she's incredibly charming. She is funny. At first, I was a little annoyed by her, and by the end of the 2-minute video, I was like, wow, I actually am kind of digging her. First 5-second impression wasn't the best, but she definitely won me over by the end. I loved her lazy eye. I thought she was cute. And I think that goes a long way in the Big Brother house. I think being someone that people want to be around is a really good thing, especially in Big Brother Canada.
I kind of wish she wore an eye patch, though. That would be kind of cool.
Very L drivers, just
Leo, which is good. Like, I mean, Leo's could be good or could be bad. They tend to like being in the spotlight or having a lot of attention on them, but sometimes they are just fun and playful and childlike. So I think that she definitely is going to be able to make friends, and she says that she wants to stay true to her alliances. Like, she's going to be somebody that's loyal. I think that people will enjoy being around her. I don't think that people will be like uneasy that she's being sneaky or doing things behind her back. I think she'll be able to make some good connections with people. So whether you have any other thoughts of Bethy Beth?
Beth was on my list too, and I just think that Beth can. I was trying to kind of weigh out, people's personalities and she just wasn't someone who was going too over the top or anything. So I was kind of banking on her on my list. You're all stealing my people, but that's okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I agree. I was super inclined to pick Beth if she was available for me. Smart pick. She also, I think, replaced our friend for getting on the show. That's totally the one. Yeah. So I didn't want to pick her for that reason, but well.
We told her that she should have said she was a lesbian. Okay, so Jojo, who's your next pick?
My next pick is going to be Tera.
Wow. Okay.
Yep, I have confidence that moms usually do well in Big Brother Canada, I should say. I think she has a youthful personality, and she can deal with young people, but she also has the maturity of actually being a mom, knowing like how to deal with things when it's stressful, cleaning up other people's messes, finding time for herself. I think this will be probably something that, clearly something she's never experienced, but she's going to be away from her kids, away from her husband. She'll get to focus on herself, and I think she's going to do a good job. I have full faith that Tera will make it mid-game at the least. That's my prediction.
Statement.
I mean, I liked Tera, but I think when she says that she has little woman syndrome, that could also come off as annoying person syndrome. It could, something small and having a lot of energy and maybe telling people what to do or whatnot. She just maybe could come across annoying to some. Just
like 80% of this cast.
No.
How did I know you were going to pick Tera or Tina? I was like, Jojo's going to pick Tera or Tina. One of the older
ones.
I was going to pick Tina.
I think with Tera, I think she, like you said, she's what'd you call her again, or what did she call herself? The little woman syndrome, or something. I think she's probably really loving and commands respect, and she has it from her kids, and she has it from her husband, and probably a lot of people in her life. But I think that if she doesn't get that from people, maybe it kind of like angers her, and then I don't know. I just have unsure feelings about her on my team.
Ooh.
But I think she could do great. So I agree with what you said about her.
I'm not worried about Tera.
Especially, it's good that she says that like she wants to be the first, like the oldest woman to win and the oldest mom to win, or the first mom to win. I think that's cool that she has some goals. I don't know how well she knows Big Brother. I mean, I thought it was cute when she was practicing her being head of household with her family. It was cute. I just don't know how well she will assimilate with the rest of this particular cast. But I'm interested to see what she does.
Yeah.
And I wish her best. She's another
Good
Virgo.
luck, Tera.
Is she? Yeah, another Virgo. Woo. Virgos are type A. They're very organized usually. They like controlling situations, so that could also, well, there's a lot of other Virgos, so it might not be so bad, but that could also rub people the wrong way, I could say. So Natalie's asking us about Beth, telling us that she thinks that Beth will be in a showmance. Do you think Beth will be in a showmance?
No.
Yes.
Who said yes?
I think
Nick.
I think yes. Beth's gonna have a showmance with some girl. I think she's gonna hook up with a little cutie, not an actual romantic showmance, but a friend-mance, whatever the female equivalent of a bromance is. I think she's going to connect with a girl, and that'll be her ride. I think. Ooh. I don't know. I also have no fucking idea.
just go with it, Jojo. We no judgment here until you're completely wrong and we roast you.
I'm glad that none of you stole this person yet, but I'm going with Austin.
Oh, I knew it.
Oh,
that's a good choice.
Talk about someone who might be in a showmance. Yeah, I just think Austin's very commanding in presence and just someone who I think will have just a lot of people backing them up and whatnot. So yeah, I just wanted to go. I don't know. I'm just, again, just like the initial kind of vibe of someone. I was like, Austin's gonna control some of those people in that house for sure.
Yeah,
I agree.
Young, I think. Gorgeous. She's a realtor and a model. We heard her had a little singing in that video, so maybe she's gonna get the Houseguests together and have some song stuff happening. She says that she's a hero. She's single. She's never had a boyfriend, but I can see her being with some of these guys, them finding her very cool. And I'm sorry though, like I think that she's out of their league, but I think that she might get into a showmance type thing. I wouldn't be surprised.
She cannot have her first boyfriend during Big Brother Canada.
Why not?
Because that is beyond fucked. She's going to be concentrating on her boyfriend and not worrying about the game. I want Austin worrying about the game and not about a man.
Well, now you don't, because she's on Jonathan's team and you want her to lose.
No,
I'm so pretty for Austin.
Austin's going to be smart enough to know better. And we'll keep it together.
What up?
She'll be like a Lisa from like season 3 or 2. What was it?
Season 3, yeah. That's a good comparison, I feel.
Yeah.
She was showman, so wasn't she with Roddy?
Yeah, but still had it together and controlled it, and then ultimately won the season, right? But
she also voted Amy back in instead of him, so it was one of her good moves. Good old Lisa.
Austin?
I was thinking I have my two people when it got to me. And I was ignoring what Jojo was saying about Beth and just focusing on like the goods of Austin. And I was like, I just don't think there's anything wrong. And then you stole it right from me. So good job.
Whoa. Okay, so who am I going to take next? So I think
isn't it me?
3 seconds. Sorry.
Okay, well, you made my life easy. I'm going to take Tychon.
Sean.
Yeah, I watched his video first, I think, and it still just stuck out in my mind. Like, even as I was watching all the new ones come through, I was still like just remembering Tychon how much I would want him on my team. So I think all the things he said about himself are probably going to be true. Like he's charming, people like him, the ladies find him attractive, but he's super nice and grounded. And he had those Zoom calls with his grandmas, and he just hangs out with his grandmas all the time. Like, you can't be an unlikable person if you're always with your grandparents or grandmas, at least, I think. So, yeah, he wants to see change in the world. I just think he has a good head on his shoulders, and he like kissed his mom the way I would kiss my mom, just like a big dumb one on the side of the head. Just said, "Isn't she beautiful?" Like I just think he's great. So.
And you liked his abs, I'm sure.
Ew, gross.
Very handsome.
Ew.
Abs. I like Tychon. He's 29. He's from Montreal, so I think a lot of people from Montreal are usually they get along with people. They're usually the life of the party. Like they're usually fun. So I think he came across really charming in the video. He's a Capricorn.
What's his sign? What is his sign?
People that have been Capricorns that have played Big Brother, they usually do quite well. Like Janelle is, Capricorn. She's, they have like ambition and fire and passion to like get the work done. And so I feel like he could be a comp piece because of this, having this drive.
I feel like he'll be Dane, like scary, threatening, but great social game, likable, and people will still find safety in him as opposed to maybe be terrified of him. Yeah, I just think he'll be strong in all forms of the game.
Jonathan, thoughts about him?
I was a little on the fence, so I actually split the 14 down, half to pick, half not to pick, and really on the fence with him, but ultimately he went on my half not to pick, just because other people kind of, but I would say he's definitely like my 8th if I was in line of picking. So he's kind of in somewhere in the middle for me. I think he can go either way. I think he could be someone who really does really well, or someone who people are intimidated by and want to get out. So I'm not sure.
I'm curious though why he labeled himself as a villain though. I wasn't expecting that.
Did?
He doesn't seem like a villain to me.
He said, I don't remember him saying villain.
He said villain.
Oh. Good. I would call myself a villain, and I'm still cool.
Well, you're more villain than he is, I would say.
I'm just straight up villain, yes. But I think I'd still be nice and likable and fun. I wouldn't just be like Rohan or something.
Okay, so you're taking Tychon, unless Jojo has something else to say about him.
Great smile.
Okay.
I like his laugh, too.
Sorry.
No. Yeah.
For somebody maybe you guys think is different than I would most likely pick.
I know who.
Well, no, you don't.
Just after saying that, I think I know who.
Wait, maybe I'm drinking her mind.
Will it not to be who I want?
Yeah.
I am gonna go with somebody that I've never. Yeah, I don't think I would have ever really chosen this person, but I'm gonna go with Josh. Josh Farnworth, I believe. He's 30 years old. He's from New West, BC. He works in film production. He considers himself to be a lone wolf, but he's an Aries. So Aries have drive and like they're action takers and they get things going. He considers himself to be a villain. He'd be on Team No Sleep. He says that he's inquisitive and likes conspiracy theories, which makes me believe that he would like to strategize and think about possibilities, which would be really good if he finds a loyal ally that he can bounce these ideas off of. So he's I think the second gay man that's in this house, which I think is the first in Big Brother Canada to have 2 gay men, I believe.
Yeah. No, season 1 had Neil and Gary.
That's true. Okay, but in 8 years, we have not had 2. Well, maybe there's a potential romance there. Who knows? But I want to see him do well. And yeah, it wasn't someone I usually would pick, but I decided to go with him this time. You guys got to what you thought I was going to pick with somebody.
He's handsome and maybe interesting, but when I was with him in his little video up until the whole like conspiracy theory and that thing, I'm like, I just think he's going to be a bit maybe exhausting to be around when there's nothing to do.
Are you saying he's exhausting to be around? Because I love conspiracy theory.
I just think the way the tone of his voice, maybe what he'll talk about, I just think people might get a little off put after enough of it. So he's cute, he has drive to win, and he's an Aries. So I think he's got some good stats there, but I just think he's gonna rub some people the wrong way, maybe.
I don't know. He said he deals with big personalities really well because he works in the film and television industry. So maybe he knows when to pump up the volume and when to put it back down. And he could be a little bit more flexible. So,
but when you're living with them, like if he's around a bunch of strangers who are all up here and he's having to be on, like he might for the film set or like dealing with someone at their trailer, and then he's like, okay, good, I can go back to normal me. Like if you're always on, it might be too much for him. I don't know.
I think I would like Josh, but he made my don't draft list, unfortunately.
Get out of here. Do you have a reason?
It was just one of those things where, again, he was like in and around the middle, and I just, personality-wise, I was just a little concerned. Yeah, so a lot of the same reasons that Nick was saying. It's just someone who I feel like might get in some hot water early on, so yeah, I'm not sure.
I think he might have, like, even who was it speaking in the hot tub that was like, I'm just not connecting with people last season.
Carol.
No, was it Suzanne?
Nico.
Someone was saying like they weren't being well received in the house, and they were still trying, and then they felt like people were quiet when they walk into a room. I feel like eventually people will just find different rooms to be in after a while because he won't be.
Was it Min? She was exhausting.
Maybe. I don't think it was Min though. Either way, I think people will like find reasons to not just like stay up all night gabbing with him, you know? So.
Okay.
Maybe I'm being harsh. I don't know. That was just my first impression based off the template they gave him for his video, and I think it was a template given to him.
Well, also, though, I'm just going to put back in with the fact that he deals in the film and television industry. Like, you have to get along with people to be in that industry, or you don't have a job. So, like, hired back even on production, you know, like if people don't like you. So he has to know how to be adaptable and likable. And I have faith that he is going to be able to adapt to the situation. Okay?
Fair enough.
You picked him.
Please. My other pick is the little cutie patootie, Jedson Tavernier. He's 25. He's from Aurora, Ontario. He's single. He's kind of from a small town. He's a personal trainer. He's a model. I just think that he's going to be just cute, and people are going to like hanging around him. He wants to influence social change in the world. I'm like, look at you, so cute. He's a competitor. He's another Virgo. And he considers himself to be a hero and prefers no sleep over no food. So I feel he could do a good job. I wouldn't mind him maybe getting into a little showman with Miss Austin, you know.
With Josh.
Like a powered. I don't know about Josh. I don't know about Josh.
Jedson was my top 3. So
yep.
I think he's a good pick. Yeah, for sure.
Why didn't you pick him?
Because I've only had 2 so far, and
he was going to be okay.
He was going to be my third. So
that's my guy. Why were you going to pick him, Jonathan? Why is he so high up?
I just thought out of everyone, he was someone who could match Austin, and I actually thought that they would probably get along really well and team up and kind of, run at least half of the house or something. So, I just thought I could just see a little group forming in my head of certain people and personalities, and I definitely put him in there. So, I think he can do really well.
Yay!
I think if there's a big guy alliance, he'll probably be at the head of it. But I think there's a lot of really smart women that if they catch wind of that, they've seen it in recent seasons, how that dominates. And he'll be the figurehead of that, I think. So that's why I didn't want to pick him, because I was just scared that he would catch a lot of heat for any type of alliance for me, because he just looks so intimidating and so likable and attractive and all these things that you'd be scared of. So,
any thoughts, Jojo?
6'3", varsity basketball. He'd be my number 1 target going into that game. 100%. First week.
He'll be like an Adam Pike or something and just win things, get a girl, all her allies, go through the game with his boys. Like I predict him being kind of like an Adam Pike.
That can't happen.
Yeah,
don't do it.
Happen.
It can, and it will.
See, I think he might be someone who can win over people with his personality and really try to push some people who are on the outs kind of out first and kind of lead the way. So if you don't realize that someone's a threat, then, because they're just so likable and involved with stuff, I mean, I think he could. I don't necessarily think that he'll be a big target right away. It really depends, but I think he'll get along with most.
I think everyone will just want to spend more time with him because he's attractive and to wait for him to fall in love with them. So you can't vote someone out if you're waiting for them to fall in love with you, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah. There you
Smile. Go. That's smile. Nikki.
Okay.
Don't steal my person.
Don't. Me neither.
Don't.
I already know who yours is, Jojo, and you can have them.
I'm
thinking I want this person, or I just go the mystery circus clown who was in the army for 40 years. That's what the persona of the
Michael.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm going Kiefer.
That was my person.
Sorry, I wanted Kiefer earlier, and I was like, okay, I'll take him if he's still around. Just like Brooke last season, I'm like, I want Brooke, but I'm gonna wait and see if she's still around. And Kiefer, just the whole length of the video, so endearing and lovely and charming, and he's a radio host, so he obviously has a lot of charisma and personality, and he has a gorgeous wife, and he's super. I just got a good funny vibe from him too. So I think he's gonna be impossible to not want to work with, kind of, and like I think maybe like a Hira from last season. Like just everyone liked him. Maybe he'll have a trouble fitting in at the start, but people will see what kind of a good person he is soon and want to be around him. Especially being isolated for this last year, you just want to be around good, entertaining people. You don't want to vote them out first. No.
Yeah, and I'm also interested to see if he has any of his like culture that he's going to be able to bring into the house. The Amazing Race, there was two. Where were they from? I think they were from maybe the same area in BC as he was. They were. Did you guys watch Meta?
No, I know there was a doctor, like a couple. One of them is a doctor and Two-Spirit, and they won.
Yes. And anyways, I love just like they're like my favorite. I was watching them and I was like, just excited about hearing about their culture and like what they were doing. So hopefully he will be able to bring some of his culture into the house. And I think that people will be engaged if he were to, as well as him being a radio host. He's going to be, like you said, Nick, engaging. So I definitely think, yeah, he's going to be a chatterbox. He'll be the entertaining person. I'm sure you'll talk many times about the mullet. We might have to do like a mullet chat count. I feel like that's part of his personality is the mullet. Yeah, I think it's sorry.
I think he was super proud of his culture, like the Toonie thing, and like really excited to have his area represented on the show finally. And my one kind of concern though is someone who's talks for a living and really used to talking and really comfortable that way could use that as a bit of a coping, or like when they're paranoid or stressed, just keep talking and maybe blab secrets. But I think on good days will also be the one that you get information from because people will confide in him. So I'm worried his mouth will be and his voice will be the strongest asset, but maybe also the undoing. So hopefully he's not too trusting of people.
So did you all want Kiefer at some point? Like, were you on your list? Yeah, not on my list. And funny thing,
this is great.
This is the third one that Nick's picked that's not on my list, which is great for me too. But I'm just worried about Kiefer. I feel like Kiefer will go maybe like halfway. I just don't know. I mean, tops like Final Four, but like just that's it. If they have a really good game, so I don't know. It just seemed like would be a casualty kind of midway through of someone saving themselves on the block or something, and he would go. So yeah, I mean, I like that. I like the representation in the season. It's just as a player, I'm not quite sure yet. I'll have to see.
I get what you mean,
Jonathan. Like I didn't have he wasn't going to be my next pick, I don't think. But I do want to see more of him in the game. So I don't think that he'll get too far though, like first juror kind of thing. That's the vibe that I'm getting. Kind of like what you're saying is that I don't know if he'll be steering the game. People won't be targeting him for a while, but then, like you're saying, Jonathan will be the casualty of like, I have nobody else left that I can put up on the block, and he might be taken out. So I don't see him being in some strong alliance necessarily and steering the game. So I agree with you, Jonathan.
I don't know. He mentioned something that really stood out to me was the fact that he mentioned having a lot of respect for women, and that jumped out at me for whatever reason. And I think that he could be in a four-way or four-person alliance with 3 other women, and actually it could be a secret thing. A lot of people have been mentioning, I want a 4-person alliance. I want a 4-person alliance in their strategy videos. I won't be shocked. I will not be surprised if he teams up with some ladies and they kick some butt.
I don't think he's gonna have an easy time through the game. Like he might. I'm for some reason I'm thinking like Sabrina from BB Can 2, like immediately was in the center of a lot of conversations and used their mouth to get information and give information, gotten some hot water, but then made it really far because maybe people don't think he'll win comps at the end or he'll be a huge threat moving forward but you'll like him and you'll want to keep him around. So I think
is that what you want?
what you want? Yeah. I think I'm comparing strictly about the mouth. Like he might be the one to walk in and be like, "Yo, let's all make safety. Like final 5, let's go," and like make that group kind of thing, especially with the women. And I think he'll be good with the guys, rally with the women. I think he's going to be a great social player. Okay. So back off.
Jonathan.
My turn. Okay, here I go. I'm stealing them away. Julie. Yeah, all mine.
You got her.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just more intrigued than anything else to see how Julie does and to kind of root them on. So it's more of a, I don't know that any of what I'd seen so far led me in one direction or the other how well they'll do, but I definitely wanted Julie on my team, so glad that happened. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
think with Julie, yeah, absolutely. I think with Julie, what I really like about Julie is that she's an influencer. She does a lot of social media, but she also shows who she is. And I do think she will go in incredibly genuine and there to not just like show Canada who she is, but to meet 13 other people or 15 other people and actually make genuine connections. Mm-hmm. She's been through how many surgeries? That takes a lot of mental and physical a toll on someone. So I think that she's pretty strong in general, and I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed that she's gonna use this and
in my head I picture like Julie and Austin just like being BFFs.
Yes.
Right? That'd be good. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. That's what I'm like. I'm
ding
manifesting it, right? Like, let's make that happen.
I definitely like that. I like Julie a lot. She's from Vancouver, 28 years old. And she's been documenting her transition, which I think is really brave. And it shows to me that she's not afraid of being who she is. She's not afraid of showing up and being completely honest. And so I feel like that vulnerability is going to be really endearing to her housemates. And I think that that's going to go a really long way because we want to be able to make genuine connections. And I feel as though if you make a connection with her, it will be a lasting one, and I can see her making a really strong final 2. And if it's with Austin, I can see it with Austin for sure. I could. So I think it's a great pick. I really want to see how well she does. I'm intrigued. So, yay! First time we're having trans representation in Canada, which is also amazing.
Very important, and I'm very excited to see it. So.
I think she's going to do well. I think her head's focused and she's going to go in. I think she's going to be really real and raw and get to know people. And I just hope that everyone wants to get to know her in the same way she's going in. And she finds success with the people in the house. Because it's like, you can be this type of person or you can be one way with your personality. But if everyone else in the house or most of the other house doesn't vibe well with that kind of energy, then you might not find those connections, which you need numbers to stay alive in the game. So I just hope that she goes in and gives the house guests what we're seeing in her too.
I think she will. She's always on YouTube and stuff like that. You know, she's used to like being herself. So I have high hopes for her. So great pick, Jonathan. Jojo, you got 2.
Oh, my 2 are going to be Breydon. He's young. He's petty. But he has a degree in human behavior and something else. I don't know. He's smart. I do like that he's kind of into fashion, and I do think he can bond with people in general, like Latoya, Julie. I think he can find allies in the house pretty easily. But he's young, so that's what makes me nervous for him, that he might not fully think about what's happening around him. But who knows? He could be incredible. So that's what I'm hoping for by choosing him.
He does give me a little bit of Gary Glitter vibes. Just kind of the gregariousness of himself, into fashion, kind of a little bit extra. And so
a little.
So hopefully, because Gary did quite well, he connected with Topaz pretty early on, and he was pretty likable. And I know
he should have won.
He should have won. He did get evicted, but he won his way back into the battle back. I wonder if Breydon will have that alter ego. What was it, George? Or I can't remember Gary's alter ego, where he was like the good athletic.
Yeah, Gary's like
be name.
But yeah, so hopefully, if he has a similar trajectory to Gary, he will do well. He's a Taurus, so that's probably why you liked him, Jojo, because you're a Taurus. And also people that we know, they're a friend of theirs, and so she's rooting for him, has really high hopes for him, thinks that he's a great personality and would do really well on the show. So good. I also want to root for anybody that we have, like friends of friends that are in the house. So I think he's going to do decently well. His age might catch up to him, and so hopefully he'll be able to assimilate with this house. But I like him.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think production is hoping that lightning strikes twice and they get another awesome Gary and like awesome story, and like people just fall in love with him. And I think we will. And I think Breydon's very aware of who he is and will crush the game. I think so.
And he's from Calgary too, so like he may be all like, "I'm the shit," but like he's still kind of from a small town. Like Calgary's not that big, you know what I mean? So
and I like how he's like, "I should be wearing a coat," but like he'd rather show off his cool shirt for his video because he's like, "I can't change the temperature, but I need to show you my shirt," kind of thing. So it's like he can maybe do well in an endurance comp or on slop or whatever it is.
And he's team no sleep. My team. So, Jonathan, do you have something to say about him?
He didn't make my list. Draft. Sorry.
You know we're drafting winners, right?
Oh, is that what we're doing? Yeah, I was just a little worried. I mean, again, he was more middle ground for me. I think it can go either way with the personality. Could either clash with people or get along great. Not quite sure which way that's going to go. So it was just one of the people who just made that, since I was splitting it in half for myself. Didn't make my list, but I don't know who you're going to pick next, Jojo, but I do have one person last on my want list, and I think might steal them.
I think you know who I'm going to pick.
Yeah, he kind of already said it, I think.
Picking Tina.
Okay, I didn't know if you were real or not. Okay, picking Tina.
Yeah, of course. I have to pick Tina. What I love about Tina from Paradise, Newfoundland, I do think Big Brother generally casts great Newfoundland contestants, but she is something completely different. And the type of personality from the East Coast that I love, someone that's incredibly chatty, can talk to me about anything, makes you feel comfortable. She's been with her partner for 20 years, so she's a loyal person generally. I think she mentioned that opposites attract, and I kind of love that was a bullet point in her video, that maybe she will find an alliance that would be incredibly unlikely. If you want to see an alliance, go with Tina. Why not? What else did I love about Tina?
Hockey player. She started hockey in
her 40s. Yeah. I like that I love that she's in her mid 40s and is comfortable with new challenges.
42.
Early 40s.
What did I say? Oh, sorry. I thought you were
late 40s. No.
I mean, mid late. No one cares at that point, anyways. So who cares, right?
Practically dead. I know.
However old Tina is.
But can I ask a question? Do you really think that Tina can win Big Brother Canada?
I haven't seen enough of Tina to say, do I think Tina can win?
That's it.
I'll say yes. I will say yes.
Okay. All right.
If she's a super fan and I don't know it, then yes. But if she is just doing Big Brother because she was talked into it, or I think she could. Like, I thought Karen could win. I did. Okay. No, I don't think Tina's gonna win. But would I like Tina to win? Would I love Tina to win? Yeah, I want Tina to surprise me. I really want to love Tina. And I want to love her game, not just her.
This is the Carol redemption story with a new accent.
Oh my God, you use so much of the accent when you get your East Coast accent. I can't even do it.
That's not it.
Boy. Hello.
What you saying there? I literally dressed the part. It's also freezing, so I'm wearing very many layers.
East Coast people are usually, every East Coast person that I've met except one. Just kidding. No, every East Coaster that I've met has always been like the life of the party and the center of the room that I just want to talk to and get to know, and they always turn out to be so awesome and fun. And I think she was cast out of many East Coasters who applied for a reason. So I do think she could win. Again, it all depends on the vibe of your other housemates and if they want to work with you, if they want to carry around people who they don't think are a threat, but I still think she could win things. So like I think it depends on the flow of the HOHs and if there's another Avalanche kind of alliance that just keeps winning things. I don't know. We'll see.
I never thought John Party would win.
No?
Never.
I had an idea early on that he's going to do well.
Never.
He never touched the block.
Okay, the first couple of weeks, I was like, there's no way. Of course, later on, yes.
I forgot about him the first couple of weeks, which is a very good strategy when you forget about someone.
With her, though, I feel as though she could end up doing well. It's kind of similar to Julie, finding like an unbreakable duo that was unexpected. I can see her having a really strong bond or alliance with somebody that may have, numbers with a certain side of the house or whatever. I feel like that's a potential for her and that she would be a really strong, loyal ally to somebody. So I do feel that she could potentially do well. I don't see her as a winner yet, but I see her potentially making more moves than we're giving credit to some other players. So,
yeah, I see her as like a, I don't know, midway person, like 7th to 9th place, maybe.
Like
someone again falling victim to certain alliances and her not really being a part of the bigger alliance, perhaps, or something along those lines. Yeah, I hope she does well.
How you described Kiefer, I think that might be how Tina does. Kind of like carried along. No one actually is like ride or die solid with, but no one wants to waste an HOH on either until eventually. Like someone like Damien, even from season 7, just like no one's really with them. You like them, they're fine, they're there, and then it's kind of like, well, it's just me and my alliance left, so I guess it's your turn to go. So,
yeah.
But that's maybe she could win a veto. Maybe she could save herself. I don't know.
Maybe.
That's what I love about this game.
Is it my turn?
Yes, you have 2 wild cards, or
I'm this close to picking a wild card. I'm this close. I'm this close. However, because I do have one person left on my want list and they're not taken yet, I'm just going to go with it. I will take Kyle.
He was on your want list?
What's that?
He was on your want list?
Yes, Kyle's on my want list.
I'm shocked.
Why?
That you chose Kyle.
Why?
I thought Kyle's video was burner. I thought it was. I was not impressed. Gorgeous. Loved his chest. He's a handsome boy. And like all the hockey talk, and it was just too much. I didn't get anything about him.
I don't want to be friends with him, but it's something that, I just feel like he will probably get along with some of the guys and stuff in the house.
Yeah.
And that will keep him safe for a while. And if he can win and if he's good at stuff, I absolutely can see Kyle at the end. So Yeah, I was like,
Kind of
am I excited about it? Maybe not, but I definitely think that he has a lot of potential and could definitely make it to the end. So I'm going with Kyle rather that than like a wild card, because I don't know what those if Min's my wild card, I'm like, forget it. But it's not happening.
I was gonna say, Kyle, I can see him doing well, actually. He reminds me of Derek from season 6. That kind of, is he West Coast? Where is he from?
Yeah. I think he's from Alberta.
So Westish Coast.
Yeah.
Pardon?
Oh, no. Leave Beth alone, Kyle. Leave her alone.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's going to use his charm to, like, he's gonna get into showmance or like at least friendmance with some guys. Like, I do think that he's a bro, and because like he was replacing the last bro, So
yeah. The bro niche. He kind of reminds me of like Mark from Pretty Boys. Like, thinks he's all that, thinks he's charming and awesome, but I think he's gonna have some shortcomings and maybe thinks he's doing better than he is in certain social situations. I don't know. I'm glad you picked him, because now I don't have to decide between wildcard and him, because I was probably going to go wildcard. I don't know. I watched his video and I was just kind of like, I think again, like kind of like what's his name? Joshua, the one that you picked, Chantal.
Josh.
Yeah, Josh. I was like, I just think people are going to get bored of that energy real quick. So I don't know.
I'm so excited to see how this all shakes out.
I know. I feel like I'm being way too critical, but I'm like trying to draft a winning team, and he wasn't on it. So,
okay, so Nick, you can either go male or female, random person.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna draft Kelly. Kelly is 39. She owns her own dog walking company, and she's from Kansas originally, but she's been living in Northern Ontario, and I just think she's going to win it all.
Oh, wait.
Right. And who are we missing in this draft?
I want full backstory and zodiac sign.
I'm going to go with Tim. He is a shopkeeper, like a cashier at a retail store. Sometimes he does stock work. He's a little bit young. I think he'll be 21-ish.
42.
We're going to make him a Gemini because he's really chatty and he gets along with lots of people. And he is a student of the game. He's a super fan. And he's been looking for his opportunity to get on the Big Brother game. So, yeah.
Look out, Austin. Here's your young buck.
Tim. I think he's really young with like sweeping bangs, like kind of surfer, but young guy.
Does he do this to like get rid of those?
Exactly. Exactly what I'm picturing. Tim.
Just want to get the full picture there. So
yeah, you got it.
Cashier Tim. So guys, we don't know if that's a person or not. We're just kind of thinking that there might be a male and female left to be part of this cast this season. Now, I voted for something. Do you remember what we voted for? Did you guys not vote? Or
the captains?
Yeah, you had to pick a captain.
Did you read about what the captains can do? I didn't read that.
They have to make teams, and I think they get safety for the first week.
So like in BB Can 6 with the heaven hell kind of thing?
I didn't pay that much attention, to be honest. I just read it. I didn't even vote.
Who'd you vote for?
I didn't.
Oh, anybody vote?
Yeah, I voted for Victoria. Again, my friend who knows him was like, vote, get on there now, vote. And I was like, okay, I will. But then I watched her story and I was like, her video, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm happy to vote this. So yeah.
I voted for Latoya, and I voted for Breydon, just because at that point was the only two people that I knew kind of.
Yeah.
So.
Did they force opposite genders, or was it just whoever you wanted?
Pardon? Oh, I think it was whoever you wanted. It wasn't.
Love that.
I didn't know you had to vote for more than one. I just voted for Victoria.
Okay, so I just also wanted to do a quick little peek of the house.
You want to see my house?
Yeah, let's.
Full tour.
Can we have a house tour, please? I don't know if I can make it bigger. Can I?
Oh wow!
So I can't tell what the theme is here. Is it like
post-apocalyptic? It's post-apocalyptic.
It's Jumanji.
Growing.
It's Survivor themed.
Yeah.
Love that actually.
Lots of.
Oh, that's beautiful. I'm kind of into that.
That's a living.
Am I?
I haven't seen this yet.
Me neither.
Very like.
Ooh.
In the eye. I think that this is all they have. Is that it? Really? Thanks, guys.
No,
it looks like Lara Croft,
a...
Tomb Raider, Aztec, maybe
Indiana Jones-ish.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up yours now, Nick. Though. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, someone I know sent a Breydon actually. It's like Breydon BB Can 9 story, and it was showing the house tour, and it was like this is where Breydon will sit and give us diary rooms. This is Breydon's HOH room, just like kind of talking him up. But yeah, the have not room looks really cool. So I hope you can bring that up.
I got it.
I don't know how it's going to function, but I'm intrigued to see the Houseguests in it.
All right, let's see it now.
Gotta love those Mac sounds.
Click. Okay, so let me back it up.
Okay.
I don't know if can I make it a bit bigger. A little bit. Okay.
No, that'll work.
So that's the kitchen. The have-not room, as Nick was mentioning before.
Okay, you can drown. You can drown in those.
Yeah, I was like, how is that going to work? You can't. Yeah.
Okay. The diary room.
So that's the. Oh, that was the diary room.
Oh, it's very like UK Big Brother diary room.
Who will?
And it's still comic book. Wait,
history?
that's still the comic book getting ripped in half, or I guess that's just how the doors open. But that's like the comic theme. So I think that there's people coming back from season 8.
Destiny?
Yeah. Oh, the HOH room is the same?
It looks it.
Ish.
Similar. Yeah.
I love that Superman. Oh,
backyard.
They really... Oh, hey, Breydon.
That's cute.
Hey, Browse.
Don't you get... I just noticed now that the comic book is still there. So it's like season 8 was abandoned. Now it's all ruined and post-apocalyptic, kind of like abandoning a civilization. They're going to find in the walls...
Two
boom.
people! Ah!
Boom, Jamar comes back. Or boom, it's...
Maddie.
No. It
Brooke and Sheldon?
No, what's her name? Vanessa. Vanessa was a huge hit, I believe, for the most of the season.
Beginning,
maybe.
the first week.
For the beginning, yeah. So I think that they're going to still have like ancient relics from the past, because why are they still showing the comic book? Like it's normally they're fully isolated sets and themes, and it's still showing the comic book and the superheroes.
Well, I mean, the house looks great, I think. I would be really excited if I were to walk into that space and see the vines and whatnot. So I'm really excited for this season. I'm just going to do a little recap of our teams just so we can remember who we got going on. So I have Latoya, Josh, Jedson, and random male.
Tim.
And Tim.
Yeah.
Nick has Victoria, Tychon, Kiefer, and random female. What's her name? Kelly?
Kelly. 39 dog walker.
From Kansas, but Northern Ontario, because it's just the good life. So.
And Jonathan has...
winning team. Yep.
No. Who?
Rohan, Austin, Julie, and Kyle.
Come on.
And Jojo has Beth, Tera, Breydon, and Tina. Always going for all the ladies, huh, Jojo? 3.
Gimme. It's wishful thinking. Last season, the first 4 expelled were men. Get out of here.
So I'm
no winner.
Do you guys have any last thoughts as to how you think the season's going to go down? How do you think this week's going to go down? What's going to happen on Thursday? I doubt there's going to be an eviction.
Already?
I doubt. I said I doubt.
Oh, I think you said I heard her, I think. It'll probably be a 2-part premiere.
Maybe.
I think it's an hour earlier, too.
It's on 7 p.m., I believe, on Wednesday.
Okay.
Is it Wednesday? Does it air? It starts on the 3rd, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's so soon.
I know it is.
So excited.
Still enough time for someone to get kicked out for being horrible.
Oh, I guess they're in the house now. Has anyone been paying attention to social media of last year's contestants?
I'll take
it
now, but
I could find out about Maddie
Mm-hmm.
because I actually know someone through Maddie, so I can definitely find out about that.
Find out.
I mean, I follow her on Instagram, and she's still posting stories. So.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
You can get stories be posted. Like, are they lives? Because you could.
No, I don't know about that.
In like Hootsuite or whatever, and like
I'm gonna call her.
She already did. Flip phone. Beep boop beep.
Maddie.
She had a story a couple weeks ago saying like everyone's always like asking me, am I going back in or whatever, and she's like, no, but I think Jamar is. So Jamar, you have to do 15 jumping jacks, doing this on this with the newspaper in the background to prove you're not in sequester. And then it showed him like lifting weights, being like, is this good enough for you, Maddie? So I think that was a bit, but maybe they're in the house. I don't know.
Together. I don't know.
But yeah.
Well, we'll see. Okay. So, are we gonna all talk together for the premiere, or is it just gonna be me and who's taking it? Jonathan would be Wednesday night usually. Do you guys all want to do a little first night recap, and so we can see how our teams are looking after getting the vibe and their feeling, and then we'll get into like the regular rotation.
Wait, are we allowed trading or no?
Maybe if it's agreed upon, if like, well, I like this person, you like this person better, let's swap. I could go for that, but
I like that. Little trade off
before all evictions, I think.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course. Okay, that's fine. So we'll be back here then around 8:15, depending on how long the premiere is. We'll go live after with our first recap of Big Brother Canada Season 9. Yay! And please, and this is a new channel that we're going to be working through, which is Reality Pops. So do us a favor and get that subscription going. You'll also find me on Reality Realness with 3 S's. All our Instagram links and whatever are in the bio. Do you guys have any projects that you are working on or you want to promote to the people or say before we say sayonara?
All mine are top secret. Sorry.
Anybody?
Really, no.
Anybody?
No.
No?
Nothing.
You can find us at Reality Pop TV.
Yeah. Tune in Wednesday. That's my next big thing. So.
Yay! Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you soon.